Hello friends and welcome to my Sora Kingdom Hearts inspired nail set. The first thing I'm doing is starting off with painting all of the fingernails blue, a bright blue color that makes me think of Kingdom Hearts and sea salt ice cream. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the sea salt ice cream glitter that I found from Daily Charm, and I was like, oh, I have to add this to the set. And I'm putting it on the pointer and ring finger. And this picture here, this this nail set was a labor of love. I had to redo several nails, and that particular picture was the aftermath of me not paying attention when I was putting the gel nails in the lamp and they collided into each other. So when I pulled them out of the lamp, they were stuck together. I was like, no, so I had to redo them. The next nail here is the first portrait nail, and it's a Paopu fruit. And what is Kingdom Hearts without the Paopu fruit, the fruit that you share with another person to intertwine your destinies forever? So yes, I absolutely had to make a Paopu fruit for this nail set, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it came out really, really cute. I actually have a Paopu fruit tattoo. So yeah, I'm a huge fan, and I love Kingdom Hearts. It is my heart and soul. I have grown up with this series. I cannot believe it has been 20 years since Kingdom Hearts came out, and I have a large to-do list of nail sets that I want to create, and Kingdom Hearts has been on there for a long time. And with the announcement of the 20th anniversary and the 20th anniversary event, I was like, you know what? Perfect time to get this nail set done. So here I'm adding some clouds because, you know, Kingdom Hearts, there's always one sky, one destiny. Like a lot of talk about like skies and stuff like that. And a lot of the imagery, especially Kingdom Hearts 2, has a lot of clouds in their pictures and promotional pictures and stuff like that. So yes, you're going to see a lot of clouds in this particular nail set. So I'm just, adding some depth, adding a little bit of texture and details to the clouds. And I really feel like it brought the nail set together, adding the clouds, or like the particular image brought it together instead of just being a plain, Paopu fruit on the nail. So here I am working on the keyblade next, and I'm going to have a picture that's going to pop up here pretty soon because, like I mentioned before, this nail set was a labor of love, and I had to redo so many of the nails. I mean, out of, 5 for this particular set, but, it was a lot when it's a lot of work. Okay, here we are. Here are the two nails. The one you're seeing being done now is the nail on the right, and the new one was the one on the left. And the reason why I decided to redo the nail is because of the fact that, because of my own experience, when I put a top coat on the keyblade nail, it kind of like oversealed the nail. It was too much top coat, and it completely washed out all of the detail and the texture of the clouds, and it kind of almost like made it blend too much into the background. So I was just like, it didn't look bad, but I just, it was like, no, I worked so hard on this nail for so long, and now half the detail's gone. So I had to redo it. And, practice makes improvements. So if you go back and look at that image, you can see the nail on the left actually looks a little bit more polished, refined, because this one here that you're seeing in the video was my first attempt, my very first try. And I was like, okay, this looks good. We'll go with it. And then when I tried it again, I was like, okay, now I kind of, know what I'm doing. So, but that's all a part of the learning process. And there's my hair, of course, because like my camera, I use my iPad as my camera, and it's sitting like right against my forehead as I work. So now I'm just lining, the keyblade, getting all the little details here. Before I had started lining, I had like that base blue coat and then went back and kind of like crisped up some lines, cleaned it up a little bit, adding extra blue gel polish to the nail, and it just kind of like leveled out the whole nail because my artwork doesn't sit very, very high on the nail, but it's enough to create just the tiniest little ledge that I was like, you know what, we're gonna, clean it up with some extra blue polish. And any line work that came out just like a little too messy, or my hands are very, very shaky, like anything that wasn't crisp enough, clean enough line, I would just use a little bit of rubbing alcohol and clean up the line to make those nice and sharp, nice and clean, simple and clean, if you will. She's got jokes. So, but with this particular nail as well, I decided to add more clouds because again, I feel like it just adds some extra dimension to the nail, just a little bit more pizzazz. I had thought about adding glitter, but then I was like, no. I mean, glitter to like some of the accents is one thing, but the sea salt ice cream glitter, I was like, no, okay, I'll add clouds. And I really like it. I think it was a good design choice for for me when creating these nails, because I feel like the clouds just really pull it together. More hair and just adding a little bit of glitter accents. I didn't add the glitter accents in the redone nail, but it's up to you if you want glitter, or every individual choice. So now we are here to the Sora Nail, and he was also redone too. Kingdom Hearts 2. Words are hard. This is the Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora, but what I was trying to say is that I did redraw him as well. And again, like the Keyblade nail, I didn't think that it looked bad, but the proportions were too big. And I felt like that particular proportion was going to fit much better if I was doing the image over several nails, kind of like I did with my Shenron in my Dragon Ball Z set, where it was an image over several nails. So I figured, it would look nice if I was doing it that way, but it wasn't the vibe for this particular set. I wanted him to be on one nail. So instead of erasing it all, I just grabbed a new nail, started over, and I think he came out so much better. And again, like I mentioned with the Keyblade nail, like practice makes improvements. So to me, it looks better. I was like, oh wow. Like, now that I know what I'm doing, now that I have a game plan, I really should draw out my nails before I just jump in. But more often than not, I just kind of have an idea in my head and just dive right in. So I don't know if it's been super obvious in the video or not. Oh, it just kind of happened here. You see me switch back and forth through backgrounds a lot. And basically what's happening is I'm either working on my desk or I'm working on top of a wrist pillow. And with like all artists, I'm really bad at like hunching over and working like a little gremlin here at my desk. And I noticed that with the wrist pillow, it helps me sit up more, and my eyesight is just absolutely terrible, and it helps bring it a little bit closer to my eyes without having to be so hunched over, and it helps stabilize my wrist a little bit, and I don't have to zoom in so much because y'all, I love that zoom button. So now I'm just adding some shading and details to Sora here. I was constantly looking back and forth at a Kingdom Hearts 2 promotional image, the one where he's sitting with his back against Kairi, and it's like a big blue like background, and you can see Roxas and some of the Organization 13 in the background, the iconic Kingdom Hearts 2 image. Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite out of the series, and I love it so much. And I was working on this before the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 4, and can you believe it? It's so amazing, and I'm so excited for the new Kingdom Hearts, and I can't wait. I desperately hope that we do not have to wait as long as we did to get Kingdom Hearts 3. I hope Kingdom Hearts 4 is out within the next couple of years, but oh, I was just so excited to get this nail set done and posted before the event, and I got to show it off. I was wearing them for the event, hanging out with like different streams and stuff like that, looking at all the news. I was just live tweeting like, you know, like Twitter was gonna burn down, just live tweeting constantly throughout the entire event. And it was so much fun. And like I mentioned, I love Kingdom Hearts. I grew up with Kingdom Hearts. And it's one of those series that I just connected with on such a deep spiritual level. And like sometimes I get emotional talking about it. I promise I'm gonna try not to cry talking about Kingdom Hearts. But I just, saying that I love Kingdom Hearts really doesn't do it justice. I love Sora. I love a lot of the characters. There's really not a character that I dislike in the series. Like, I love so much of it. And somebody who's like a Sailor Moon fan and a Dragon Ball Z fan, I'm very much the power of friendship. And I love Disney. So the idea of Kingdom Hearts was just right up my alley. So I did not do a blue base for this one because I wanted the base color to be a skin tone to work on top of. So now in these blank areas, I'm just filling in the blue background, doing a little bit of gradient here to make his clothing pop because there was so much blue in this particular picture. And on the nail for, you know, Sora, you see what I'm doing. So yeah, I was adding some gradient there to make sure his clothing popped, and doing his eyes now, his eyebrows, his batty brows. You love to see it. But I was really proud of myself with how this turned out. He came out looking really, really good. And, you know, I'm only, as of like today, this time, this moment in April of 2022, I'm only 6 months in to doing nail art. And while I do have experience with art in other mediums, this doing nail art is a whole different challenge, a whole different like monster, so to speak. And it's been amazing. I've been having so much fun, and all of your support, you know, watching and being encouraging and watching me grow. And I can't wait to see where I'm at a year from now. And so now we're here at the end of the video. Everything is top coated. The glitter nails are encapsulated. The perfect seesaw ice cream. And then it matches so well with the blue nail color. Like, I just cannot get over how perfect this set came out. And there's Sora all finished, all top coated. I was so nervous. And there's the Keyblade nail. That's the new Keyblade nail. I don't know if you can see quite the difference, but yes, that's the new Keyblade nail. And then the Paopu fruit nail. And then all together, all in one. Yay! All finished. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching the Sora video. If you have any recommendations, let me know down in the comments below. And again, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks again.